Hello, grade 12 learners. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Today, I'm here just to remind you about the question paper that you'll be writing tomorrow. And this video is going to be very much effective. So guys, today I'm not going to waste that much time. I have to go straight to the point. Do we understand? I just want to go straight to the point. What's going to happen, guys? You must be well prepared to know two essays, because I always encourage grade 12 candidates that they must know two essays. In paper 1 history, you must know two essays. In paper 2 history, you must also know two essays. Do we understand? So this is what is going to happen. Now I'm going to tell you about the essays that are going to show up on paper 1. Last time when I made a live, I was telling you about what the Vietnam War. So today I will tell you about what the Black Power movement, and I'm also going to tell you about what the origin of Cold War, which is going to be the source based. Guys, I want to encourage you that when you get your paper tomorrow, make sure that you answer two essays and one source based. Do we understand? That's what I require you. The reason why I say you must answer two essays and one source based is because of the learners that are answering two source based in their final examination are the ones which are failing maths. Are the ones which are failing what history. Do we understand? So make sure that you answer two essays and one source based. You understand? Because it is possible. Shoshon Shamulo, I see you, you are here. It is possible for you guys to fail, to get less than 15 marks in your source based. Do we understand? But it's highly impossible for you to get less than 15 marks in your essay. I hope we understand. I hope we understand, and I just hope the network is not going to give us a problem, guys. Let us just pray for the network that it must not give us a problem, because what we will be dealing with today, it's going to be very much effective in your final examination that you'll be writing tomorrow. And remember that the paper that you're going to write is the first time and the last time for you to write it, unless if next year you'll be going the process of upgrading. Do we understand, good people? I hope we understand. So guys, if it's your first time being in this channel, make sure that you subscribe. And if you have been subscribed, can you please do me that favor of subscribing, so that next time you can see the content relating to this, and so that we can reach the nation, guys, so that we can reach a lot of people who are looking help when it comes to history studies and some other number of subject. So guys, this is how it is. I would like to introduce the everything that I'm going to teach here. Already I made videos teaching them. You understand? There is a video of the origin of Cold War, whereby I was teaching the origin of Cold War. It's posted. If you can go down and search for that video, you are going to see it. There is a video whereby I was teaching what Black Power movement. There is a video whereby I was teaching what the origin of Cold War. There is a video that I was teaching what the extension of Cold War, which is the Vietnam War. There is a video whereby I was teaching what the civil rights movement. Do we understand? So now, without wasting a lot of time, guys, I would like to give you on how to answer the essays of the Black Power movement. Do we understand? So this is how it is, good people. When you are answering Black Power movement, a question can say, what role did a political activist play? You understand? And then you can say it is an important role that they played. So, like, guys, anyone who have a question now, I want you to write the question in a comment section, whereby a person who have a previous question paper, can you please write that question there on the comment section, so that we can deal with that question. I hope that makes sense. You understand? For now, I will just start teaching what the essay. Then if ever there is a person that has a question paper, or a question that says critically discuss, a question that says to what extent, the question that says do you agree, can you please write it the way it is, but for paper one only. I hope that makes sense. So now, guys, what we should know when it comes to Black Power movement. Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Do we understand? That's what you must know. And remember, guys, your introduction is going to be what? It's going to be 10 marks. So what we should know is that the Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Guys, put that thing in your mind. I am saying now, Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Does that make sense? And then now, what were the political goals that Black Power movement had? Black Power movement had 3 political goals. Do we understand? Number 1, it had what? Separate social institution. Number 2, it was defense against the racial oppression. Number 3, it was what? A self-sufficient economy. Guys, remember here in this essay, we are fighting for how many marks? For 50 marks. Do we understand? I hope it makes sense, good people. I'm expecting people to write questions there. I'm expecting someone to write a question so that we can try to answer on it, because my question papers are not next to me, they are far. The question papers, they are not next to me, they are far. Okay, here's the question. Okay, here's the question. The Black Power movement was based on the philosophy of that African Americans should shape their own destiny and culture. They were prepared to use violence. Do you agree? Yes, I do agree with the statement that says, thank you very much, guys, for those questions. We have to deal with them because you are writing a question that gives you a challenge. Do we understand? So that we can deal with that question, so that when tomorrow you go to your essay, you will be able to tackle the questions. Thank you very much, guys. I'm sure you sent more than 5 questions. We must try to answer all of them here. You understand? So that tomorrow you can be well prepared for your final examination. Do we understand, good people? I can see questions. Here are the questions. The Black Power movement was based on the philosophy that African Americans should shape their own destiny and culture. They were prepared to use violence. Do you agree? On this one, guys, when you want to answer it, you must say, yes, I do agree with the statement that says. You write the statement the way it is. I do agree, or you can say one may agree to the statement that says the Black Power movement was based on the philosophy that African Americans should shape their own destiny and culture. They were prepared to use violence, and then you say, because for Black people to be liberated, there were a lot of violence that happened in the United States of America. Then you start to say that Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had 3 political goals. Number 1, defense against the racial oppression. Number 2, self-sufficient economy. Number 3, have a separate social institution. Then you say, because the Black Power movement was based on the philosophy of that African Americans should shape their own destiny and culture, they were prepared to use violence. Do you understand? You always, guys, each and every paragraph, when you want to write a new paragraph, you must go back and write the statement the way it is. Do we understand? That's how you link the essay in history. Then here's another question. They say, to what extent was the Black Power movement successful in installing racial pride and then residence and then independence in USA? Do we understand? So here you will say, to a greater extent, the Black Power movement successful to a greater extent, the Black Power movement was successful in installing the racial pride. Do we understand? And resilience and what independent in the USA, because many black people, they ended up being what? Independent. And then they end up having their self-esteem, they end up having pride, they end up loving themselves, because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1950s, in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had three political goals. Number one, separate social institution. Number two, self-sufficient economy. Number three, defense racial oppression. Do we understand? And then you start now saying that by mid-60s, many black activists started to lose faith in the civil rights movement because it was failing to liberate black people from what? The segregation. Then you write the statement. Before you go to another paragraph, you repeat the statement. You say that the Black Power movement successful in instilling the racial pride. Do we understand? That's how we write our essay, good people. That's how we write it. You never go wrong if ever you can say it. Okay, let's say now we come across a question that says, explain to what extent various role players were successful in using the Black Power philosophy to end discrimination against African Americans in the United States of America in the 1960s. And this question, they really love it a lot, guys. This is the one of the questions that they always ask. Explain to what extent various role players were successful in using the Black Power philosophy to end discrimination against African Americans in the United States of America in 1960s. So in such questions, you are going to say, to a greater extent. Do we understand? You are going to say, to a greater extent, the various role players were successful in using what? The Black Power philosophy to end discrimination against African Americans in the United States of America in 1960s. Because you can mention them, that Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Stokely Carmichael, Bobby Seale and Newton, they really played a big role on liberating black people, because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had three political goals. Number one, separate social institution. Number two, self-sufficient economy. Number three, defense against racial oppression. Do we understand? And then many black activists in 1960s, they started to lose faith in the civil rights reforms. Why? Because the civil rights reforms was failing to liberate blacks from the segregation that was happening. And then now there was a leader, guys, called Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was non-violent. Martin Luther King Jr. believed in passive resistance. Martin Luther King Jr., his strategy of being non-violent dominated in 1950s. Do we understand? Then you write the statement the way it is, that the role players were successful in using what? The Black Power philosophy to end the discrimination against African Americans in the United States of America in 1960s. Then you continue with your essay. You start saying now, many blacks in the North adopted more revolutionary stand. When we talk about, guys, a revolutionary stand, we are simply talking about people who will stand up for themselves and say, no is a no. We are tired about this discrimination. When we talk about the revolutionary stand, we are simply talking about the political activist. Do we understand? Those are the people that we call the revolutionary stand. We are talking about the leaders. Do we understand? You will say they took more militant agents. When they took more militant agents, that means they started to become impatient. Do we understand? They wanted to fight. You understand? They wanted to fight that what is wrong. You understand? They wanted to fight, guys. That's how you can write your essay. Do we understand? Here's another question that they can bring in your essay. They can say the civil society protest from the 1950s to the 1970s, the Black Power movement. Explain to what extent the Black power philosophy instilled confidence among African Americans to challenge discrimination. To a greater extent, do we understand? To a greater extent, the Black power philosophy installed the confidence among African Americans to challenge the discrimination, because lot of black activists, they started to challenge the discrimination that was happening in the United States of America, because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had three political goals. Number one, defense against racial oppression. Number two, self-sufficient economy. Number three, separate social institutions. By mid-60s, many black activists started to lose faith in the civil rights reforms. Why? Because the civil rights reforms was failing to liberate black people from white. And then the approach of Martin Luther King Jr. of being non-violent dominated in 1950s. Do we understand? And then you write the statement again that the Black Power philosophy instilled confidence among African Americans to challenge discrimination. Do we understand, guys, how do we write these essays? That's how we write the essays. That's how we write the essay. Here's another question that they can bring. They can say, in the United States of America, USA from the 1960s to the 1970s. Okay, that one is not a full question. It's fine. Let me look for another question. Okay, there's a person that asked that the tactics and the method used by the Viet Cong posed a great challenge to the American soldiers during the war. To what extent? To a greater extent, the tactics and the method used by the Viet Cong posed a great challenge to American soldiers during the Vietnam War, because American soldiers, they found it difficult to defeat Viet Cong. You understand? And Viet Cong managed to defeat what? The United States of America. Because Vietnam was divided into two. There was the North and the South. At the South, there was Diem. Diem was corrupt. Diem was unpopular. Diem was a capitalist. Diem wanted to unite both North and the South. At the North, there was Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh was popular. Ho Chi Minh was wanted by everyone. Ho Chi Minh wanted to unite both North and the South. Ho Chi Minh was a communist. Do we understand? But now, there was a problem about Diem. What was the problem of Diem? You ask yourself that question. What was the problem of Diem? The problem was a small group called Viet Cong that did not have more than 100,000 members. That was where based at the South. Do we understand? That group wanted to unite both North and the South. And Diem did not wanted to unite both North and the South. Do we understand? And then now you must tell us, how did America got involved in a war? America got involved in a war because of they wanted to stop the evil of communism. They wanted to contain the spread of communism. And USA was aware that Russia and China, they were supporting what? Communists. And the other problem out USA, it was what? Dominant theory. Because USA knew it very well that if Vietnam can become a communist country, that means even the neighboring countries, they are going to be what? A communist. Do we understand? And then you continue. You write what the statement, the way it is, that the tactics and the method used by Viet Cong posed a great challenge to American soldiers during the Vietnam War. You understand? Then you continue, you say, how did America help Diem? They helped Diem with what? Lot of money and modern weapons. They sent militaries at the South. Do we understand? That's how we answer these essays. That's how we answer these essays. Guys, there's videos whereby I was teaching the essays. There's a videos whereby I was teaching these essays. If after this live, you can watch it if you did not get the entire information that I was giving in the live, and then you go to my channel, subscribe and search subscribe on the channel. Then you get inside the channel. Then you go down, scroll down, you will find videos whereby I'm teaching Vietnam. You will find video whereby I'm teaching what Black Power movement. Even the essays of paper 2, which is Black consciousness and the road to democracy, they are all there. They are all there, guys. Here's another question, guys. They will say, explain to what extent did the Black Power movement fought for African American right in the United States of America. Explain to what extent did the Black Power movement fought for the African Americans right in the United States of America in the 1960s. To a greater extent, Black Power movement fought for African Americans right in the United States of America because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had 3 political goals. Number 1, defense against racial oppression. Number 2, self-sufficient economy. Number 3, separate social institution. Then you write the statement again that the Black Power movement fought for African Americans in the United States of America in 1960s. Do we understand, guys? Whenever you the essay, you don't jump to another paragraph without writing the statement. Always when you go to another paragraph, you must write the statement. You do not go to another paragraph without writing what the statement. Here's another question. Explain to what extent Black Power movement successfully advanced the cause of what justice and racial equality for African Americans in the United States of America in mid 1960s. To a greater extent, the Black Power movement successfully advanced the cause of justice and racial equality for African Americans in the United States of America in the mid 60s because Black Power movement managed to install the self-confidence of Black people. Black Power movement managed to bring the pride of Black people in the United States of America. Then say because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in 1950s, in 1960s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had 3 political goals: defense against racial oppression, self-sufficient economy, separate social institution. Then you say, because the Black Power movement successfully advanced the cause of justice and racial equality for African Americans in the United States of America in the mid-60s. Then you continue with your essay, saying that by mid-60s, many Black activists started to lose faith in the civil rights movement. Do we understand? Because of it was failing to liberate Blacks from white. The approach of Martin Luther King Jr. Dominated in 1950s. Do we understand? And which they were not agreeing with Malcolm X. Malcolm X believed in violence. Malcolm X was aggressive. Malcolm X believed that for you to get your right, the violence is necessary. Do we understand, people? That's what we will be writing. So I hope we are understanding. So guys, I want to encourage you that you go and answer 2 essays and 1 source based. Make that favor for me. Don't answer source based. I'm begging you. Unless if you know your story. You understand? Unless if you know your story. Because answering 2 source based, it's possible for you for a source based to get less than 15. But for you to answer the essay, it's highly impossible for you to get less than 15 marks. Do we understand? Yes, when you are linking your essay to another paragraph, it's very easy. You just go to what? To the statement. You write it the way it is. If you wrote the wrong things, that's where you will see that, no man, the statement, what I was writing here, they are not corresponding. You will judge yourself before you submit your essay. You understand? So when you link the essay, you write the statement the way it is. Each and every paragraph must have the statement. Each and every paragraph must have the statement. In every essay, whether you'll be writing about Black Power movement, whether you'll be writing about what? A Vietnam War. And guys, what I want to tell you is that you must avoid that thing of thinking that you must write 3 pages. Guys, don't make our work easy. Don't make our work easy. Make us mark papers as much as we can, guys. As much as we can. This thing of you writing 2 pages, what do you mean? As a matriculant, you write only 2 pages? No. You cannot be serious. You can't. Write even 6 pages. At university, you are going to write 16 pages. Your essay at university is going to be 16 pages. In 3 hours, 4 hours, you must be writing 16 pages. Do we understand? Even in your conclusion, you must write the statement the way it is. Then you tell us about the achievements of the Black Power movement. Black Power movement, Black Power movement managed to bring back what? The self-esteem of black people. That's how you conclude. That's how we conclude, guys. I just want to tell you that you must avoid that thing of writing 1 page, half a page, or 2 pages, or 3 pages. Guys, as a matriculant, write as much as you can. You write as much as you can. Guys, I want to go to the origin of Cold War now. I also want to brief you on the source based. I want to teach you the origin of Cold War now. Yes, guys, there's videos whereby I was teaching all of what I'm saying now. If you can go to my videos and watch them, you would never regret. Just subscribe on the channel. After subscribing on the channel, you do what? You go through the channel. You look for a video whereby I was teaching Black Power movement. You look for a video whereby I was teaching what? The Vietnam War. They are all there. What you just have to do is to subscribe to the channel so that you can see everything that you need. Yes, you must watch all the videos that I did. When they say critically discuss, guys, when the question will come saying that critically discuss, it's up to you whether you want to start your essay by saying that to a greater extent, and then you go with what the statement. You understand? Or it's up to you. When they say critically discuss, you have two options. You can say, I do agree with the statement that says. Or you can say, to a greater extent, that the tactics and the strategies used by Viet Cong managed to defeat USA. Do you understand? I haven't done independent Africa. I only put that the concept. So guys, I want now to go to the source based so that you can also understand what's happening in a source based. Remember guys, source based, the information is there. You'll be given a source based whereby there is an information. You understand? There is a question that always give learners a problem. This question always, guys, give lot of candidate a problem. This question will always appears on 1.6, which you write a paragraph. You write a paragraph and it will be what? 8 marks. Do we understand? It will be what? 8 marks. So how do you write this question? They will say, they will talk about the different source based. Remember, we're gonna have maybe source based A, source based 1A, and then source based 2B. You understand? Then they will say, how does the source based A support source based B? You understand? Like here, when we are answering this question, you use your general knowledge or your mind. Then you also use the information that is in the source based. That means you will go to source based number A and look to the question, or look to the information that is relevant to what? To source B. You understand? Then you put it the way it is in source what? In source A, and then you go and quote in source B, you put them, you get your marks. And then there is also a question that it will be always there, which candidate they are failing to answer it. Do we understand? Whereby they say the usefulness of the source. When we talk about the usefulness of the source, you tell us that the source is useful or not. As a historical learner, you must tell us that the source it is useful or not. Can you tell people about the source? Yes, it is useful because it's giving you what you want in the source. Do we understand? The source, it's useful because it's giving you what you want in the source. Do we understand? And then there's a question that always say the biasness of the source. When we talk about the biasness of the source, we are simply saying that is the source based one-sided? Now, we are simply trying to know whether does the source one-sided? Is it one-sided? Usually, source-based for history, they are always one-sided. You understand? When they say the biasness of the source, you must prove that no, the source is one-sided because they are only showing the good side for this country and they are not showing a good side for this country. You understand? Then there is what? A reliable of the source, the reliability. That question, guys, lot of learners, they also fail it a lot. When we talk about the reliability of the source, we are simply talking about that. Do you trust the source? The reliability of the source. Do you trust the source? Do we understand, good people? Do you trust the source? That's what the reliability of the source. You must tell us that, yes, I trust the source because of, I trust the source because of what? Because of, it shows that this article was taken from a newspaper in this year, so and so. You understand? Or this source was written by so and so. You understand? You are proving that no, the source is reliable. I trust it because it was written about by a certain person. Do we understand? I hope it makes sense, good people. Guys, go and pass. Go and increase the percentage. Go and pass, guys. You are not going to fail. You are not going to fail. I really disagree that one of you is going to fail. No one is going to fail here. All of us, we are going to pass. No one must fail. No one must fail, guys. So, guys, before I go to Vietnam, I would now explain the introduction and how to link the line of argument. And it's what I was explaining, but I'm going to explain it again because I see a lot of comments saying that people are having a problem when it comes to the line of argument supporting the line of argument with the relevant evidence. So I'm going to do that question for you now. I'm going to do that question for you. So, okay. Okay. I have a question here. I have a question that I will read for you. And for you to know the question, you must write it down. You must write this question down while I'm reading so that you can be looking at what I will be teaching you. So now I will be teaching you on how to write the line of argument, on how to support your line of argument with relevant evidence. Do we understand? So the question that I'm having now, it's like this. I will start with the Vietnam War. Are you ready for a line of argument? Are you ready for the introduction? Okay. Let's say the question says, critically discuss. Can we all write the question down? Maybe some of you can even write it on the comment section. And then some of you will write it in a paper or somewhere. Let's say the question comes saying that, critically discuss how the fall Did we get the question, guys? Critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment in the Vietnam War. Did we get the question? Let me repeat it again. critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment in the Vietnam War. Then the question says, critically discuss this statement. Critically discuss this statement by referring to the tactics that the US used critically discuss this statement by referring to the tactics that the US used. Okay, critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment. Critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of American policy of containment in Vietnam War. Critically discuss this person is deleting the comment now. Mandy, why did you delete the comment? Because I wanted something that is written in full. Critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment. Critically discuss statement by referring to the tactics that the US used to. So guys, I always say to you, when the question comes in this way saying that you must critically discuss, it's up to you whether you want to write to a greater extent or to a lesser extent. You understand? Or you want to write, I do agree with the statement that says. Do we understand? So here you have two options. Those are the two options that you have. When they say critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment. Critically discuss this statement by referring to the tactics that the US used. You can say, to a greater extent, the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the fail of what the American policy of containment. Do we understand? Because of the tactics that USA used did not manage to defeat a small country like Vietnam. The strategies or the tactics that USA used to defeat Vietnam, it failed. Then you start writing the essay. Vietnam was divided into two. There was a north and a south. At the north, there was Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh was popular. Ho Chi Minh was wanted by everyone. Ho Chi Minh wanted to unite both north and the south. Ho Chi Minh was a communist. Then we go to the south. You say Diem was unpopular. Diem was corrupt. Diem was brutal. Diem was a capitalist. But now there was a problem of Diem. The problem of Diem, it was a small group called Viet Cong that did not have more than 100,000 members, which wanted to unite both North and the South. Then you go back to the statement. You say the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment. Then you continue with your essay. Always, each and every paragraph, when you are linking the paragraph, go and write the statement. I hope it makes sense, good people. Yes, that's the first paragraph. That's the first paragraph. Okay, now can we please, any question that you want to ask, and then now let us move. My question is, do you write the statement? Yes, guys, the statement you always write it. The statement you always write it. Every paragraph, when you end your paragraph, you write a statement. Remember, in history, your paragraph can be 8 lines. You understand? Whenever you want to end your paragraph, you must write the statement the way it is. Do we understand, good people? Now, let us move to question 6. I will also give you the statement and the question. Then you write it here on the comment section so that we can deal with it. So guys, please make sure that after this live, you go and watch those videos that I recorded. They are videos that I recorded, guys. Do we understand? There are videos that I recorded whereby I was teaching these essays. I was teaching the essays. You go to those videos, you write what I'm telling you. You understand? After writing what I'm telling you, you turn on the video again. You listen to what I'm saying while looking to what you wrote from the video. Do we understand? So if you did not subscribe, that's where you will have a problem. You understand? That's where you will have a problem. Subscribe on the channel so that you can be able to have access of going through the channel. So that you can have an access of going through the channel. So now let us move to what? The Black Power movement. The statement, guys, you copy it exactly the way it is. You don't change anything. You don't change anything. You don't change anything, guys. You write the statement the way it is. We are not changing anything. It's a good thing, guys, when you are hearing me. It's a good thing when you are hearing me. There's someone here who wrote a Black Power movement, Steve Biko. You really need to watch my videos. You really need to watch my videos. There is no Steve Biko in Black Power movement. Black Power movement happened in the United States of America, guys. You really need to watch my videos. You still have time. Go through the channel and watch the videos. Do we understand? When you conclude, guys, when you conclude to the essay of Vietnam, how do we conclude? I mean, is it Vietnam? Yes. When you conclude to the essay of Vietnam, you tell us about, remember, it ends where? In my law massacre. Do we understand? You must tell us about the achievement that Vietnam achieved. Tell us about the failures that USA failed. Do we understand? You tell us that Viet Cong or a small group like Viet Cong managed to defeat the United States of America. Do we understand, good people? You must tell us the final results of what happened. You tell us that a small country like a small country like Vietnam managed to defeat a big country like USA. And USA, or you'll say a big country like USA, failed to defeat a small country like Viet Cong because of the strategies that Viet Cong was using, whereby they were using what? Guerrilla tactics, whereby they avoided face-to-face fight. They were fighting in a small unity. Yeah, those emojis. Those emojis, hey, they are not threatening me. The paper will trap you tomorrow if you will come here with sus emojis here. Let us move now to Black Power movement. Ne? Let me give you the question of Black Power movement, guys. Let us move now to the Black Power movement. The Black Power movement, here's the question, guys. Let me first give you the statement. Ne? The statement says, the Black Power movement. Can you please write it down in the comment section so that we can deal with it, so that everyone can see it? Do we understand? The Black Power movement emphasize on black racial pride. The Black Power movements emphasize on black racial pride and self-determination. Then you put comma, you write successful challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s. Do you agree with the statement? Support your line of argument with relevant historical evidence. Do we understand? Let me repeat the question. Don't rush to write it. It's fine. I will tell you now, you can write it. Do we understand? Because you keep on writing short ones. Let us start afresh. Then we do it together. You understand? We are together, guys. We must do it together. I'm saying now, Black Power movements. Black Power movements emphasize on black racial pride. Black Power movement emphasize on black racial pride and self-determination. Successful challenged segregation. Successful challenged segregation and discrimination. In the USA in 1960s. Do not write now. Don't send the question. I'm not done. Let me repeat it again. I'm saying the Black Power movements emphasize on black racial pride and self-determination, successful challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in the 1960s. Then here's the question. You say now, do you agree with the statement? Do you agree with the statement? Support your line. Support your answer. Support your answers with relevant historical events. Do you agree with the statement? Support your answers with relevant historical event, and then you can send it. Guys, here, what I'm doing, I'm not going to teach you the entire essay. You understand? I'm teaching you the basics that makes you fail to get answers. Or what makes you fail to get the content of history. Do we understand? There are videos whereby I was teaching these essays. I'm saying subscribe on the channel. Then you go and watch the videos. You would never regret. Here I'm just teaching you how to take the stand, how to support the line of argument, how to write your introduction, how to... Here's the question then. Black Power movement emphasize on black racial pride and self-determination, successful challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s. Do you agree with the statement? Support your answer with relevant historical evidence. Yes, I do agree with the statement that says the Black Power movement emphasized on black racial pride and self-determination, successful challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s because Black Power movement managed to bring the self-esteem of black people. Black Power movement managed to install the pride of black people. Do we understand how do we write this essay? Then you say, because Black Power movement was a philosophy rather than the political organization. Black Power movement became in power in 1950s and early 1970s. Black Power movement had three political goals. Number one, defense against racial oppression. Number two, self-sufficient economy. Number three, separate social institution. Then you write the statement. Before you go to another paragraph, you write the statement that Black Power movement emphasized on black racial pride and self-determination, successfully challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s. And then you say, by mid-60s, you are writing another paragraph now. By mid-60s, many black activists started to lose faith in the civil rights reforms. Why? Because the civil rights reforms was failing to liberate black people from white. Do we understand? And then many blacks, particularly in the North, they adopted what? A more revolutionary stand. Do we understand? They took up militant agents. Do we understand? And then there were rice riots exploded across America because black people were living where in urban slums or ghettos. Do we understand? And the racism was still in existence. And then you say Black Power movement emphasize on black racial pride and self-determination, success challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s. And then you skip the line, you write another paragraph. There were rice riots in many cities, e.g. Los Angeles. In 1965, 34 people died. In 1967, rice riots exploded across 150 cities. You understand? And there was a tension between black and white policemen and was especially bad. Then you write the statement again. Black Power movement emphasized on black racial pride and self-determination, success challenged segregation and discrimination in the USA in 1960s. Do you and then you say what? You say now, President Johnson asked Kenna to write a report. Do you understand? That's how we will be giving you our essays. Guys, there is no way that you are going to fail this essay. No one must get less than 40. No one must get less than 40. No one must get less than 40. In fact, 45 going up. 48, 50. That's what I want. And guys, this thing of you getting to your exam and write 2 pages. Like sometimes when I'm invigilating, I feel a pain. Let's say I'm just passing by there. I see a candidate writing only 1 page. 1 page. Like I become surprised. Like, is this person serious, man? Writing only 1 page. A grade 12 candidate writing only 1 page. You understand? You are not fair. You cannot write 1 page as a matriculant. No, you can't. Guys, even if you can write 8 pages, it's fine. As long as you still have time. The time will be enough. 3 hours is very enough. The time will always be there for you to write. I hope we are understanding what's going to happen tomorrow in tomorrow's paper. Now, I just hope everyone is covered, guys, when it comes to essays. Ne? I want us to go through the origin of Cold War now, which is going to be the source based that is going to show on question 1. Guys, let me put the clarification on something. Ne? I've been explaining the line of argument. I don't know what's happening, but I've been repeating the same thing. But I really don't understand. What are you simply saying if you say you don't understand what I'm saying? I really don't understand because I did give you the essays. I did give you the line of argument. Here's some other lectures, they come and tell me that the years in my essay, they are not going according. I don't understand what is he trying to say. Guys, when we talk about the line of argument, maybe some of you keep on saying that you want the line of argument while you don't know what is a line of argument. Let me explain to you what is a line of argument. Line of argument, guys, it's what I was telling you now. This is the line of argument. I'm repeating this for the last time so that we can move forward. Guys, we don't have time. There are people who've been listening to me here who understood what I was saying to them. Do we understand? Because if we will keep on doing the same things, we are being unfair to those ones who are willing to learn some other things. Do we understand? The line of argument, let me tell you the line of argument. And then you will tell me that I didn't tell you the line of argument, because I did tell you the line of argument. The line of argument, when we talk about the line of argument, good people, it's whereby you say, I do agree with the statement that says. That's a line of argument. When you say, I do agree with the statement that says, already you took the stand. You understand? You took the stand. After taking the stand, you must support your line of argument. Guys, you cannot go there and fail. How can you fail, Mar? No, guys, you can't. You can't. You see, now you are making me scared if you will keep on asking me the line of argument while I'm giving you now. You cannot, guys. We cannot be serious. We can't be serious, good people. The line of argument. Some other people, we must not entertain them. Hey, fella, remember, guys, we are not equal. So some other comments we are not going to do to entertain them, because they will take us back. They will take us back. I'm saying now, the line of argument, ne? It's whereby, good people, this is the line of argument. Do we understand? This is the line of argument. Let's say the question says to you, critically discuss how the fall of Saigon in April 1975 confirmed the failure of the American policy of containment in the Vietnam. Critically discuss this statement by referring to the tactics that USA used. When you say to a greater extent, already for you to say I do agree, or to a greater extent, you took the stance. That's the first thing. And then for you to say I do agree with the statement that says, when you say I do agree, you already took the stance. When you say I do agree with the statement that says, you are supporting the line of argument. Do we understand? You are supporting the line of argument at the same time. I do agree, that's taking a stand with the statement that says, you are supporting what? You are taking a stand. You understand? By saying because, you are now doing what? Supporting the line of argument. You were arguing there on top. You understand? So the way I gave you the essay, just go and write it the way I gave it to you. Go and write it the way I gave it to you. You would never go wrong. Do we understand, good people? So those who are serious are the ones that are understanding what is happening here. But if you are not serious, I don't know. I don't know. But what I love about those ones who are not taking things serious, Next year, you will be coming back in the channel and watching the videos. Do we understand? Guys, it's very painful to fail grade 12. I've never failed my grade 12. But I know how painful it is. I've never failed my grade 12. I got distinctions, not distinction, distinctions. So I'm failing to understand when I'm here trying to help you, but you are becoming somehow. But it's okay. Let us continue with those ones who want to learn, guys. Let us continue with those ones who wants to learn. Those who know me, they know that the information that I give, you would never go wrong. Do we understand, good people? You would never go wrong. So this is how it is, guys. When we go to the source-based, we will be having the Cold War and then the civil right resistance. We will be having the Cold War and civil right resistance. So on question 1, guys, remember, Cold War, you will be given a scenario whereby they are talking about what happened in the Cold War. But it is very much important to know what's happening in Cold War. For instance, what is a Cold War? You can get a question that can say, can you please give the definition of Cold War? What is a Cold War? Can one of you write for me in the comment? Those are some other things that you must look at in history, all to find that already you lost 2 marks. That is why I say it is very risk to write 2 source-based and write 1 essay. Do we understand, good people? Do you understand? You need now. You see now the comments that you were writing. I became disturbed, but I will have to push. There is no way that, guys, we are not going to push. Anyone who can tell me what is a Cold War? Anyone who can tell me what is a Cold War, guys? No one knows what is a Cold War. That question, you are going to find it tomorrow in your question paper. What is the superpowers? I say the Cold War was between what and what, but I asked the definition of Cold War. You see, guys, that what you are writing here, you are writing wrong things. Yes, it's a fight that is verbal and not physically. That's what I saw so far. It is political and social tension. That's not true. We see that, guys, we are writing wrong things here. This is what we will do tomorrow when we get to our exam. Do we understand? As a historical learner, I expect you to know what is a Cold War. Guys, Cold War, it refers to the state of hostilities. Cold War, it refers to the state of hostility between 2 countries or 2 nations that are fighting without actually fighting with bombs or physical, but they are fighting what? Using words. That's a Cold War. That's the definition of Cold War. Do we understand, good people? Guys, you are telling me that was what was happening in Cold War. And when I said, what is Cold War? That's what I asked. I said, what is Cold War? Not what happened in Cold War. Do you see some other random things that makes us fail? And the definition of Cold War is going to be there tomorrow. Yes, here's another answer that I see. Cold War is an ideological war between superpower of USA and USSR without getting involved in a battle war. Those are the things that I'm looking for, guys. Oh, the reason why you are giving me wrong answers here, you go to Google. History is not Google, guys. History is history. Do we understand? Tension between the two superpowers, you are wrong. That's not the correct answer. So guys, let us continue. Ne? What I will tell you now, Kamo and Lerato, I was doing Black Power movement. Rewind the video, go back, start the video at the beginning. You will see what I was teaching. No, today I'm not doing business. Today I'm doing history. Pumeza, that's correct. Cold War is a state of conflict between nations that does not involve what direct military action. That's what we want in history. You must give the answer as an historical student. Do you understand? Remember, guys, there is something that you must be aware of. Your paper, a person that will be marking your paper, he or she doesn't know you. If you will go there and say the definition of Cold War is people fighting, how do you think are they going to give you the marks? Of course, you are not going to get marks. Lutando, my friend, how is it? You are also here watching live. Cold War is the war of ideologies between two superpowers countries, which is USA and USSR. That's not in full. That's wrong. I'll give you wrong. Cold War is the war of ideologies between two superpower countries, which is USSR and USA, which are not fighting physically, but they are fighting using words. Do we understand? And guys, the Cold War lasted for 4 decades. Do we know what is a 4 decades? When we talk about 4 decades, we are talking about 40 years. That means Viet Cong. I mean, not Viet Cong, man. The Cold War lasted for 4 decades. It lasted for 4 years. Remember, a decade is 10 years. 2 decades is 20 years. Yes, it lasted 40 years. So, guys, this is what is happening now. Let me give you the background information when it comes to the Cold War. Let me give you the background information when it comes to the Cold War, right? The background information when it comes to the Cold War is that after World War II, remember guys, we don't have World War III, we only have World War II. After World War II, right? After World War II, after World War II, there was a struggle between the two superpower countries, which is USSR and USA. That's what you were telling me when I'm asking you about what is a Cold War. You are telling me that there was a tension between USSR and USA, which is what? That's a background information that you are giving me. You understand? It's fighting without actual fighting. That's Cold War. Do we understand? So do you see that there are a lot of things that we do not know? What is the definition of containment? What is a containment? Because that definition is going to be there in your exam. What is a containment? When we talk about containment, let's say they say in the exam, can you please give the definition of containment? What would you say? What is a containment? Containment is not reducing freedom. So we see, guys, that some of us, we think that we know a lot, and all to find that we are not fit enough. Yes, containment, the stop of something or preventing something from happening. Stop the spreading of communism. It's stopping the spread of communism. We understand that's containment. Was a way to stop the spread of communism in Vietnam. That's containment. The action or policy of preventing the expansion of what hostility, countries, or influence. Do we understand? That's what communism. It's whereby you are, I mean, it's a containment. It's whereby you are stopping something from happening. Guys, do you see that those people who are watching my videos are benefiting a lot? Like, guys, you are really paining me. Like, my heart is bleeding now. My heart is bleeding when I see the answers that you are giving me in the comment. That means, Peram, I've been speaking for nothing all this time. You cannot fail, guys. Make sure that today you do not sleep. If you sleep now, wake up midnight. 2 o'clock, 2:30, start studying as much as you can until maybe 6 o'clock, and then you bath, you go to school and write. Bed Bob, I explained the paragraph which wants what 828. If you can rewatch the video, go back, you will see that. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. So we are saying that Cold War, guys, the background information is that after the World War II, there was a struggle between what? The two superpower countries. Do we understand? There was what? There was a struggle between what? The two superpower countries, which is USSR and USA. You understand? The struggle became known as what? The Cold War. Does that make sense? The struggle became known as what? As Cold War. I hope we understand. And then we said the Cold War simply refers to the state of hostility between what? The nations without actually fighting, which is these countries, they are fighting but using weight. They are not fighting physical. Do we understand? And then now we say that here's some other thing that I have to give you on Cold War. USA managed to defeat USSR police. USA managed to defeat USSR police. Remember, guys, USA was a capitalist. USSR was what? A communist. Do we understand? Do we understand, good people? I'm saying after World War II, there was a struggle that was between America and Russia. The struggle became known as Cold War. The Cold War simply refers to what? It refers to a state of hostility between the nations without actually fighting. Do we understand? And this uh, Cold War, it lasted for 4 decades, which is, it lasted for how many years? For 40 years. Do we understand? It lasted for 40 years until the collapse of what? Of communism in what? In the Eastern Europe and what? And Russia. Do we understand? After 1989. Do we understand? That means communism that was supported by Russia did not win. But what won is what? Is the capitalist. Do we understand, good people? But guys, is there anyone who's not understanding what I'm saying here? Because my priority is you understanding, good people. I'm here to make you to understand. But there are certain people that I see, they are here to play, but I also don't have anything to do. I mean, I'm here to help those ones who need help. Okay, thank you very much, guys, if you are understanding. So let us move forward. Remember, we are saying that now, after World War II, there was a Cold War, right? Which there was a struggle between what? USA and USSR. The struggle became known as Cold War. And then we say Cold War refers to what? A state of hostility between the nations. Do we understand? Without actually fighting, which is they are fighting but with weights. They are not physical fighting. Do we understand? And then now I'm saying this Cold War lasted for 40 decades. I mean, for 4 decades, which is the Cold War lasted for how many years? For 40 years. Do we understand? Until the decline or the collapse of what? Communism. Remember, USR was the communism, and then USSA was what? A capitalist. That means the policy of what? USA won, but the policy of what? USSR did not win. Do we understand? Because you also need this information. And then we are saying now, guys, by 20 past, I'm ending the live on 1 hour 20 minutes. I'm ending the live. Do we understand, good people? And then we say USA managed to defeat USSR police. Do we understand? So let us see what were the ideological difference between the two superpowers and their allies. Do we understand? Let us see what were these different ideologies. The different ideologies is that the Cold War that occurred or happened, it caused the ideological differences between what these two superpowers, which that develop into tension and mistrust between them. Do we understand? That means now USA and USR, they are not trusting each other. Why are they not trusting each other? They are not trusting each other because of what? They are not trusting each other because of what? Of the different ideologies that they have. Do we understand? USR had what? A democratic political system and capitalist economy. Do we understand? And then USSR had what? A communist political and economic system. Those was the difference. Do we understand? Those was the difference that these countries have. Do we understand, good people? Those are the differences that these countries had. Do we understand? Is that USA had what? A democratic political systems, the one that we use here in South Africa. Do we understand? And then USSR, they had what? A communist political and economic system, which is in other ways in the USSR, they believe that things you must inherit. Do you understand? If ever I am the president of South Africa, that means no one else in South Africa must become a president except my family. That's what Russia believed. Do we understand, good people? That's what Russia believed. Do we understand? That's what Russia believed. But the United States of America, it was what? Democratic, political, and economic system. That means you can also become the president. Even your neighbor can also become the president. That was the different ideologies that developed tension and mistrust between these two countries because they had what? Two different policies. Do we understand, good people? I hope we understand. So the policies that USA had and that Russia had, they were totally different. They were opposed to each other. Do we understand? Then let us see, why did Cold War develop? The Cold War developed because of USA and USSR temporarily set aside their differences and mutual distrust when Nazi Germany invaded Soviet Union in 1914. Do we understand, guys? Remember, USA and USSR, they are not trusting each other. And since they are not trusting each other, what's happening now? They are now putting aside their mutual distrust and their differences and say, no, man, let us fight Germany because Hitler is very powerful. If we can be together and fight against Hitler, we can win. Do we understand? So remember, these people, they don't trust each other, but now they are willing to work together towards what? To defeat who? Hitler. I hope it makes sense. Do we understand, good people? So now USA and USSR, they temporarily set aside their differences and mutual distrust when Nazi Germany invaded Soviet Union in 1914. Do we understand? Which is what USA and Britain, Russia, they formed a grand analysis or alliances to defeat Hitler of what of the Nazi Germany. Do we understand? So it means that it was only a marriage of what convenience. That means it was just for that time for them to fight against what Hitler. They became together because they wanted to fight who? Hitler. Do we understand? Do we understand, good people? But now, what made them to be to fight or be in a Cold War? It's because of the USA had a bomb that called atomic bomb. USA, they found a person who was from Russia. Do we understand? That person from Russia created the bomb called atomic bomb. And that bomb, even today, is banned. There is no country that is allowed to use the atomic bomb because where the bomb was used in Germany, they say even today, people who are born there, they are born disabled because of what? Because of the bomb that was bombed there. So USA used what? An atomic bomb to bomb what? To bomb the Nazi Germany. Do we understand? And USA did not tell Russia about the atomic bomb that they had. So that one made Joseph Stalin. Remember, Joseph Stalin was the president of what? Of Russia. Do we understand? That thing made what? Joseph Stalin to grow more suspicious over what? The Western. Scary of what? The atomic bomb. Although the bomb had been developed in the USA during the war, but Stalin was only informed about its existence after Nazi defeat. That's what made them not to trust each other anymore. Do we understand, good people? I hope we are understanding what I'm saying to you. I hope we are really understanding what I'm saying to you. I hope it makes sense. And then in 1941, there was Yalta conference. There was Yalta conference. At the Yalta conference, guys, the big three, what were the big three? The big three, it was USA and Britain and Russia. Do we understand? They convened and agreed. Do we understand, guys? They convened and did what they agreed. What? The limitation of West in the past were political affairs of what? The European. Do we understand, guys? To encourage Stalin to believe that he had the free hand of the Eastern Europe. I hope we are understanding. Now, the other thing that you should know, guys, there was what? These big three met at Yalta. Who was the president of Britain, guys? You must know him. Who was the president of Britain? Yes, Churchill. Who was the president of USA by that time? Who was the president of USA? Roosevelt. Roosevelt. It's Sevelt. And then who was the president of USSR? Yes, Joseph Stalin. It was Joseph Stalin. So, guys, these three big countries, they met to discuss about France, about Germany, while Germany is not there. Do you understand, guys? People, they just come and decide that no, we are going to Kobo or tomorrow to divide his home, and I'm going to take 10 centimeter, and I'm going to take 5 centimeter. A Senzo is not there. Do we understand, guys? So now, USSR and Britain and USA, which USSR was led by who? Stalin, and then Britain was led by Churchill, then USA was led by what? Roosevelt. So they met, guys. Do we understand? They all met to plan the post-war settlement. They were a great tension among them. Do we understand? They all decided to divide Germany into 4 zones of occupation, which would be administered by Britain. Remember, Germany is not there, but now they are deciding that no, let us divide Germany into 4 zones of occupation. Britain is going to be the administration. Do we understand? USA, USR, and France was agreed that Germany capital city, which was situated at the heart of the Soviet Union, will also be divided to 4 zones of occupation. Do we understand? They are deciding to divide Germany, and Germany is not there. Do we understand, good people? And USSR agreed to join the United Nations, whose aim was to keep peace after the war. The big three agreed that the Eastern Europe would be a Soviet surface of influence. Do we understand, good people? So what I want to encourage you now is that if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. Those ones who don't want to subscribe, as there was someone who said he won't subscribe until he doesn't understand. Mina, if he doesn't understand, it's not my problem. So what I can say from you to you guys is that there is a video whereby I was teaching Cold War. Do we understand? Go and watch that video now before you sleep. My priority, guys, is to see you passing. Once I see you passing, I become happy. Do we understand, good people? I really become happy, but if you will be failing, hey, I also feel a pain in my heart. That's the love that I have. That's the love that I have for you. I really don't become happy when I see students failing. I really don't become happy when I see students failing. Do we understand, good people? So please, make sure that you go and watch these videos. If I can tell you what you should watch for you to prepare for your paper 1 tomorrow, you must make sure that you watch the essay called Black Power Movement. And then you also watch the essay called Vietnam War. Then you also go and watch the video where I said the origin of Cold War. That's the source based. Then you also watch what the civil rights protest or movement. If you can watch those 4 videos, I guarantee you to get 150 tomorrow in your essay. I mean, in your question paper, the entire question paper. How to write BPM. Asemahle, how to write BPM. Watch the video again. I explained it. And then you can also watch a video of BPM. I was teaching it. And guys, Asemahle, you want to write BPM. Tomorrow you are writing paper 1. I don't know why do you want to write BPM. Tomorrow, BPM, it won't be in your paper. Oh, Black Power Movement is going to be there. Yes, Black Power Movement is going to be there. I thought you were talking about what Black consciousness movement. No, it's going to be there. Black power movement is going to be there. Vietnam War is going to be there. Do we understand, good people? Any question? So that I can end the live. Guys, I'm ending the live, ne? Yes, for those ones who are looking for business studies, tomorrow, same time, same place, I will be here giving you business studies. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, I will be here for business studies. Paper one, guys, it's you will be writing for 3 hours. You will be writing for 3 hours, good people. Yes, guys, please. 2 essays and 1 source based. You'll never go wrong. I'm begging you on that one. I'm pleading with you, good people. I'm really pleading with you. Make sure that you go and watch the videos, ne? Make sure that you go and watch the videos, and then you are going to remember me tomorrow in your examination. Guys, it's a good thing to remember me while smiling, saying that, yeah, I still remember he was saying this. Do we understand? Litabo, you are still asking why we must write 2 essays. The reason why we say you must write 2 essays is because of, to write 2 source based, it's possible for you to get 0 in a source based. To get 0 in a source based is possible, but in an essay, it's impossible for you to get less than 15. I hope it makes sense. It is possible for you to get 0 in a source based, but it's impossible for you to get 0 in an essay. That is why I say you must write 2 essays and 1 source based. Do we understand, good people? I hope it makes sense. I hope everyone enjoyed today's lesson, and we are going to prosper. We are going to make it. CD, I don't know how to speak Hindu. I don't know how to speak Hindu. I don't know how to speak Hindu. For now, I'm not teaching economics. For now, I'm not teaching economics. Thank you very much, Tando. Tando, thank you very much for enjoying the class, and you are going to make it. You've been here from prelim. I still remember you. You've been with me from prelim. You've been watching the lives, and you will come back with a great testimony. You will come back with a great testimony saying that you got a distinction. I believe that you're going to get a distinction. Do you understand? Yes, I teach at school. I teach at school. Guys, let us meet then tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I will be here. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, I'm going to be here. Guys, please share the channel with some other kids that you know at school. Tell them about the channel so that they can also benefit. So that they can also benefit. Yeah, we produce 100% each and every year. We produce 100%. We are not playing. Official Cooler, you can go to the video. Can you please read the video again? Can you please play the video again so that you can see what I was teaching? Or you can see how to write what you're asking. You understand? AV creation. I said hello, sir. Hello, 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 AV creation. I hope you are good. Yes, try to subscribe on the channel. If you can subscribe, you will see what's going on. You will even see things that you never thought they are here. And then they're going to help you. They're going to help you. I believe, guys, we are all covered, right? I believe we are all covered. Any question that you want to ask? The difference between the, reliability and the limitation on the source, I did teach those things. You are going to get them there. Yes, guys, if you can subscribe on the channel, you can see the essays of Vietnam. The essay of Vietnam is there. Every essay, guys, everything that you need for your final examination, it's here. Everything that you need for your final examination, it's here. No, I don't have WhatsApp group, but I do online classes. But when I'm doing online classes, I have to charge you. I'm sure if you can go through the channel, you can see the prices and everything. Yes, Black Power movement and the Vietnam War, guys. Guys, there is something that I want to encourage you. Ne? Remove the mind of being negative. You understand? Don't ever say Vietnam War, it's long, you won't be able to know it. You can be able to know it. For you to get to metric, it shows that the information that it's provided by the subs, they believe that as a matriculant, you must be able to grab it and know it. Do we understand? Just remove the mind that says, I cannot do it. Ask yourself that, how can other people be able to do it? And what can make you fail if I can know all of these essays? What can make you fail to know? I'm a human being, you're also a human being. Do we understand, good people? I'm going to save the video. I hope we understand. Mina, I still remember when I was still at school, I used to look at those ones. They were saying to them they are smart and everything. I used to look at them and say, okay, they say he's smart, right? What is he special with to me? Because we are all human beings. I can manage to do what he's doing. You understand? And I managed to get distinctions. I managed to get distinctions, not distinctions. Do we understand, good people? Train your mind to be positive. Train your mind to be positive. Tell yourself that I'm going to do this thing. I believe that you are going to make it because I also believe in you. If Mina can believe in you and then you don't believe in yourself, what do you mean? Because there are so many people who are waiting for your result. To understand, good people, you will be writing that paper alone, but the entire South Africa is waiting for your result. Your results will be announced on TV on the 18th before the results are released. They will be talking about the percentage that people in Mpumalanga, Gauteng, Limpopo, Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Free State, this is what they got, this is what they got. You are also counted there. They will say the percentage of people who got a bachelor's, it's this percent in Gauteng. The people who got a diploma is these people in Limpopo. People who got H is these people in there. People who failed is these people. Do we understand? People, they will be waiting for your results, guys. I'm going to be here tomorrow for paper 2. Do not worry, tomorrow I will be here for paper 2. I'm going to be here tomorrow for paper 2. So guys, please be positive. Go there positive. You can make it. I believe that most of you want to change your home situations. In fact, everyone. In future, you want to have your own family. Some of you have dreams of making your parents proud. We come from different families. Do we understand, good people? We come from different families. If there is no one who went to university at your place, tell yourself that I'm going to be the first one to enter at the gate and the door of the university. If no one has matric at your home, tell yourself that I'm going to be the first one to have matric. Do we understand, guys? Take life serious. Do we understand, good people? Tell yourself that people who are waiting for my downfall, they will be disappointed. They will be disappointed. I'm going to prosper. This thing is here. Change the way you think. Change the way you think, guys. Don't give up. People who succeeded, if you can hear their stories, you would even cry. So it's possible for you to succeed also, as long as you're going to have a positive mindset. Do we understand? As long as you are going to have a positive mindset. But if you do not have positive mindset, it will be hard for you to succeed. Tell yourself that I'm going to pass. Tell yourself that I'm going to get matric certificate. And you will. I haven't done agriculture. I haven't done Congo. It's just a matter of time. I'm going to do them not so long. It's just a matter of time, good people. It's just a matter of time. In the Pile, whether it's assessed on Viet Cong or on USA police, but at the end, the information that you are going to give is the same information. You can make it, guys. For you to get to matric, it means a lot. It means a lot. For you to get the exemption, it means a lot. I haven't done geography due to the matter of time, but I'm going to do all of those subjects. Not so long. Not so long I'm going to do them. It's just a matter of time, good people. And I'm really sorry for not doing them in time. I'm really sorry for not doing them in time. Guys, everything is possible. As long as you tell yourself, as long as you, everything is possible, good people. Everything is possible. It's possible for you to get distinctions in all of your subject. They say aim high in order to achieve. You must aim high in order to better, good people. No, it's not risky. You can write Black Power Movement as long as you're going to watch the videos. If you need help, guys, in history, uh, just subscribe on the channel. Tabang, did you subscribe on the channel? Yes. What you should do now, you must go channel ne? And then down and watch the video. That gives you problem. You understand? Because tomorrow you are writing. If you were not writing tomorrow, you are gonna join my classes. Do online classes, you were gonna join them. But because of tomorrow you are writing, I don't think you may. But you can still join for even paper two. Remember, paper two is still coming. You understand? We can still join the classes. If you are interested, you can text me on Facebook and then we talk. But I'm going to charge you. No, it doesn't matter. Those are the things that you should write, the tactics and the strategies that you of Vietcong. You must write them. You have to write them. There is no way that you're going to write the essay of Vietnam without writing them. Yeah, you will pass, Tabang. Just text me on Facebook. Go to Facebook and search at Tamavest, and then you introduce yourself. And then we will talk about the pricing and everything. It's not expensive, but I will tell you the prices. Unless if you can check there on YouTube, I wrote the prices on the description. But what I want to assure you is no one I teach, then they fail. That's highly impossible. I love you so much, guys. I really love you so much. I love you so much, and I wish you all the best in this difficult time. I know exams, they are exhausting. Lot of you next year, I'm expecting you to see at university. Some of you at colleges. Uh, some of you uh, at work. Some of you, they will be taking gap years, because remember, we are living our different journeys. You understand? Some of you will be upgrading. Do you understand? The essay, it doesn't matter that how many. Yes, I do English. Those ones who've been upgrading, make sure that you join the classes fast, so that I can help you. I do English. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, I do English home language, I do English FAL, I do English SAL. Yes. So it's confirmed that the USA never won the fight in Vietnam. They used the guerrilla war or the guerrilla tactics, which the USA not contain or counter. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct, good people. We are winning. We are winning, guys. No one must fail. Yes, even Xitsonga na Xitsonga ne na xi endla Xitsonga ririmi kaya na xi endla Xitsonga naxona Xitsonga ni loko xi dyondziseni. On paper, we have two source based. We have the origin of Cold War and the civil resistance. Mina, I won't say which one is easy because I know all of them. Yeah. But now I was teaching what I was teaching the origin of Cold War. So if you can watch the videos of origin of Cold War, if you subscribe on the channel, you will see the videos that I'm talking about, and then you watch them. Yonela, there is a video whereby I was answering the source based of Vietnam. I mean of the Cold War. After this video, make sure that you go to my videos and watch that video. It's written Cold War, and you will see it. Just then watch that video. It's going to be very much effective. Lizwi, I think you ask. Eka Xitsonga ka nkarhi wa sweswi a ni se za ni posta ti-video. I've never posted that much Tsonga videos. I only posted, I think I only posted 3. So people that I'm helping with Tsonga, they are joining online classes for now. With any, ne? You can start with any. Oh, guys, can you please go to a video teaching Vietnam War? Then you write it the way it is in your final examination. You can text me on Facebook if you want to know the prices of. You can text me on Facebook. Limitation of the source. Does the source limit you from getting the information? That one, it's more like does the source get information? You understand? So you must check that you are looking for. Do you get all of it now? Understand? If you don't get all of it, you must say that no, the source is limiting me to get the information. This and that, they didn't show it. The source is not limited from getting information because this and that, they mentioned it. Understand? I hope you understand. I didn't see this comment taking so long to answer to you, ne? I didn't see it. Lungisani Ngubani, I'm not going to Vietnam here, ne? I taught Vietnam in this video. If you can start from the beginning, you will see it. And the other thing, if you subscribed on the channel, go and search Vietnam essay. You will see the essay of Vietnam. I did teach it. Do you understand? Please, guys, go and watch those videos. You'd never regret. Go and watch them. I'm really begging you. Go and watch those videos. I'm really begging you. In 2 hours, when the video reached 2 hours, I end the live, which is it's only left 3 minutes. That is left. Guys, make sure that you do yourself a favor of watching the videos. These videos are going to help you. People that I'm teaching or people that use my information, they get distinctions, guys, examination. They get distinctions. They get distinctions. Just that some people they don't talk about it. They just keep quiet. But people get distinctions because of the information that I give there. I would never give you an information that will never make you pass. And the information that I'm giving, I'm not giving a lot of information. I am giving you what you should write in your examination. That's what I love about myself. I don't just teach like everything. No, I give you what they will ask you in your exam. I hope it makes. Go there, guys, and get 140 something. Get 150 or 140 something. Paper 2, the same thing, you get a distinction. That's 100%. Sabelo, I did teach Black Power movement. Ne? Black Power is here. Go and subscribe on the channel. You go and watch the videos. Just subscribe on the channel and then you search Black Power movement. You will find it. Yes. Was supporting communist. Supporting communist. But Viet Cong was at the south. And at the south, they were Dim who was supporting what capitalist. The essay that you are studying, which is mine, is not wrong. It's telling you the truth. So it's up to you whether you take the truth or you don't take it. Tomorrow I will be doing business studies paper 2. Remember, on Wednesday they are writing. And then from after business studies paper 2, we can do paper 2 history then. Tomorrow after writing, come and comment and tell me how was the paper. So that if I taught you things that are not there, you will tell me that no, the things that you taught us, they didn't show up. But I doubt that will happen because what I'm telling you is something that you're going to find in your examination. Do we understand, good people? Good night, guys. I'm not saying you must sleep. Study as much as you can. Push as much as you can. Do we understand, good people? Let us meet tomorrow again, 8 o'clock. I will be doing business studies. All the best with your final examination.